First of all, I'd like to say good evening to my Keller Williams family. That's one of my big whys. I love my family. And second of all, I'd like to apologize for not being there with you tonight. You guys know I love to have a good party. The Keller Williams motto is God, family, and business. I do love God. He's number one in my life. He's number one for Keller Williams. We have that in common. I love my family. Keller Williams is family is number two with Keller Williams. That's a big reason. And business. Why Keller Williams? I want to build a business. And that's what Keller Williams gives you. Keller Williams offers you the tools to build that big business. It offers you the system. It offers you education. It offers you programs. It has family unity. It's like being in one big family, but at the same time, you're building your own business. One of the favorite things that made me come to Keller Williams is also called profit share. Profit share is Keller Williams sharing their profit with you. I've so far recruited 3 agents, and I've been getting a profit share check every month. Some of them good, some of them better. I'm happy to say that one of those profit share checks paid for a 10-day vacation in Playa del Carmen. I'd like to thank the 3 realtors that I have, especially my newest recruit, Adalberto Arguelles. Adalberto Arguelles is just beginning to learn the system and the program that Keller Williams has to offer. Adalberto Arguelles is there right now, and I'm happy that he's there right now because he's learning, or he's going to be able to see what great success one can achieve in the Keller Williams family. So, when you're trying to recruit agents like I am, and they tell you, well, what is Keller Williams going to take? Don't tell them what it's going to take. Tell them what it's got to offer. It offers you the opportunity to build a successful business.
I joined Keller Williams January of 2016. I had been involved on the investing side of real estate up until that point. I had done a handful of flip properties and owned a couple of properties that I had lived in as well, bought and sold. And at the time I got my license, it just made sense. I had a great relationship with some of the Keller Williams family that we had in Lubbock before we moved down here. We also moved to the Valley last January. We took a job at a church down here, and my reason for Keller Williams was just the culture. It's who they are. It's the things that they stand for as a company. God first, family second, then business. I was involved on my own for the first 6 months up until about June. I had a few closings, had a few listings. I took some advice from Joyce Toombs and the MREA book and really tried to focus on listings from the time that I first joined the company. I didn't do a whole lot with buyers unless I just had some folks that called. So the majority of the first part of my business was only focused on working with listings and finding sellers. And after about 6 months doing that on my own, Deldy approached me about joining her team as her listing specialist. And I would say from the time I joined her team, that has been the largest amount of growth I've experienced since getting involved in real estate, period. It took me 4 months or 5 months to close my first transaction with Deldy's team. And then I went through Bold last October and November. And throughout the first month of Bold, I was really questioning whether or not I even wanted to be involved in real estate. I had felt like I accomplished a lot more on my own than I did with the team. I wasn't very bought into the Keller Williams model and the Keller Williams teachings, and I felt like I was spinning my wheels. But then all of a sudden I got to mid-November and things started to shift. Since mid-November, I've averaged between 7 and 10 listings taken per month. I have averaged 3 to 5 closings per month from the listings that I've taken, and even now I think I have consistently between 20 and 25 listings on hand. So the team model for me was really what changed things. It allowed for me to focus on what was important and what was productive, and focus on growing in the areas of my strengths while having somebody else that could pick up the pieces in the area of my weaknesses. So that's been my journey up to this point, and I'm looking forward to see where it goes from there. My big why for Keller Williams Realty, why I chose this company, why I decided to join real estate, has to do with the culture of who KW is. We want to be able to completely support our families with what we have coming in on the side. And so far, real estate has been a great vehicle for that. Not only do I work on the buying and selling side with clients, but I also use what I do with Keller Williams to get access to flip properties and potential investments. And it's been great so far. So my big why is providing the future that my wife and I feel like the Lord has called us to, and the culture of Keller Williams caters to that.
I got started in Keller Williams in 2006. I was 23 years old. You do the math. And I was in community college at the time, and I had a roommate, and she saw me struggling to pay for school on a constant basis. And you know, every 23-year-old thinks it's easy, and you know, she came up to me and said, "Marilyn, why don't we get into real estate school so you can pay for your college?" And I said, okay. You know, I really didn't think about what I was getting myself into at the time, but I took the classes anyways. And I left my full-time job with benefits to go work in a team. And I realized at that point what I had done. I did not have the luxury to just, you know, not have a job. I had to work, and I realized that I just started my own business. It just kind of fell on me, you know, and that's how I got started. Keller Williams provides you the tools to grow yourself as a business. And I started reading the MREA book, and I started implementing the tools that were on that book. And slowly but surely, I started growing. I started developing my team. I started growing as a person, and now here we are. You know, it's been a long journey, but it's been very rewarding, and I was able to do it. So I know that anybody can. I started from very humble beginnings. I had nothing to my name. There was actually a point in my business when my assistant was getting paid more than me. And I kept going, and I kept, you know, trying to do better, and I kept on reminding myself that one day, you know, everything was gonna get better. And now here we are. Wow, my big why, my kids. They really inspire me to be somebody better. I grew up very humble beginnings. You know, I was a migrant worker, and I do not want them to see that kind of life. And they're not going to see that kind of life because I will not allow it. And Keller Williams has given me the opportunity to provide, you know, a life worth having, especially for them.